welcome back, and thank you for staying with us. We have master trainer, pro streamer, business consultant, nation builder, and founder of World Changes Academy, Tobi Alli. Now, of course, he has been with us the whole month of May, and this is the home run. This is where we're bringing it now. Thank you for being with us so far.
Thank you.
It's been a wonderful month, one of our best so far. And that
Pleasure.
is, of course, due to the knowledge that you've dropped here today. We're talking about how to stop dulling yourself, killing shyness and procrastination.
Yes.
This is big.
Yes.
Wonderful way to round up the month.
Absolutely.
But then let's get it clear. What exactly would we say? What exactly would you define as procrastination?
Well, procrastination is delaying on what you are supposed to do that you know can change your life. Basically.
And that is something that almost everybody at one point in time might have been or are,
True.
you know, we are guilty of it.
Very
in
true.
some ways or the other.
Very true.
But then we find out that in some people it has really, really limited quite a lot of people.
Very true.
In what ways has procrastination limited people? Like the most common ways?
Well, so this is the
How
thing.
we identify it?
Yeah, so this is the thing. It's strange that our human behavior seems to prefer pleasure to things that actually change our lives. So basically, if I should say how procrastination, you know, limited people, what I would say is that we are naturally wired to do what we enjoy, not necessarily what will change our lives. So many times, if what will change our lives are not things we enjoy, we tend to procrastinate on those things, and that's how it affects our lives, no matter the part of the world we're from.
I like that. I like that. Let's get straight into it. How can we stop this? Because it is not easy. A lot of people have tried different ways and all of that.
Yes.
But then, you know, different ways are unique to different people. Different people procrastinate due to different reasons.
Yes.
How can this, you know, how can it be stopped?
So the first thing I want to say, this one is like a hammer, but you need to be true to yourself. Let me say this. If you don't have a compelling why, if you don't have a compelling reason why you do anything, you are really not going to get anything done. For instance, we are just talking about Nigeria. As you are just talking about Nigeria jackpot syndrome. There are a lot of people, for instance, who know that their life is tough. I mean, things are not working the way they are supposed to work. Financially, they are not doing as good as they are supposed to do. Well, maybe they've gone to Gatankoa, they've been able to get good clothes, so they are living in a bubble. I mean, sometimes we first need to wake up and realize that, you know what, my life is not what I want it to be, and I need to do something about it. I mean, that should be a motivation enough. Because what happens is that where procrastination steps in is that we want to do something, but we seem to always lose motivation. So the first thing I think we need to do is we need to fuel our motivation by telling ourselves the truth that, man, I'm not where I need to be and I need to do something about it. And whether I like it or not, I need to take action, especially on my goals, or take actions on things that will make my life become much better, you know, than it is presently.
Wonderful.
That's the first
step. Now you have
step.
decided that's the first step. You have decided to take action. How do you go from talk to walk?
Okay, so after you've taken action, the next thing you need to do is this, and this is what I've come to realize. Those who are successful and those who are not, they are not better than us. They are only just doing things differently. So how do you do things differently? The first thing you need to do, there is this law called the 80-20 law, Pareto's law, right? Principle that says, you know, 20% of your activities actually determine 80% of your results. So in procrastination, you have so many things you want to do, but you end up looking at the minors instead of the majors. So you need to now look at, in everything I want to do, which one is the most important? Which one is the one that can give me the best results I'm looking for? And you act on those things immediately. Because one of the things about procrastination is this: you keep telling yourself, I'll do it later. Later is not a date. Anything you don't do immediately, especially when you seem to have some level of motivation, you begin to lose it at the end of the day. So it's important that you also identify the things that are important to you and act on them immediately. That's another thing you need to do.
You see, you know, there are some things that will be totally dependent on you, but there are some other things also that people procrastinate that maybe is dependent on a system.
Yes.
Maybe that sometimes you might have to wait for something. Let's say, like you mentioned, let's say someone wants to travel.
Yes.
You know, there are processes that might make you lose motivation in quotes.
Yes.
You know, in those kind of situations where it is outside your control in some sort of way, how can you manage those kind of situations where you procrastinate and, you know, it is something that some might say is out of your control?
Well, anything out of your control, you can't procrastinate over that. Because when you say procrastination, it means I'm supposed to do this thing, I can do this thing, but I'm not doing it. However, I understand what you mean by when there are forces that seem not to allow you complete a task. So the simple and smart thing you need to do is when you've done all you need to do, then go and do what is remaining. Because even in the things you've done, there are still some other things that are not as important as those things you've done, but that you still need to do that can probably give you an edge. So you face that and accept that there are some things you don't have control over. So just let those ones be.
Let those ones be. Yes. Now, we also mentioned shyness while we're talking about this. How does shyness limit someone?
Shyness is a big dollar, if I can use that term. So this is the thing. Somebody once said that even though people judge you by what you look like, but you actually introduce yourself to the world when you open your mouth. I remember somebody once said to me that once they look at me, they just feel, oh, this one fine boy, this one maybe just an entertainment guy, but that they were surprised when I opened my mouth and, you know, they got some knowledge. So it's important that you are able to speak. Now, the challenge with shyness is that shyness, I mean, people, first and foremost, you miss out on many opportunities. You miss out on the ability to sell yourself. You miss out on being known. And if you are not known, money will know you.
But does everybody have to be known? Now, that's a question we'll talk about. Do I have to be in front of everybody, everywhere, to be known as, or to be a success, or to achieve my goals?
Well, you don't necessarily have to be, but you have to sell.
Okay.
And if you don't know how to, I mean, if you are shy, you will not be able to sell yourself. Or somebody will be selling you and be making more money off you than you should be making of yourself. So, and if you look at shyness, the truth is this: everybody is shy. Including myself. I'm sure even you are shy.
But it's just that there's a mood that they don't have shame, they don't have shyness.
No, everybody is actually shy.
Some people, some people that come to my mind, I can't talk about it, but I get what you are talking about.
Everyone is shy, but I think that some people have had more social interaction practice than others. So what you need to do is practice more. Because this is the truth of the matter. Ask yourself also, there are things that make you shy. Is it when you are around people who you think, oh, you look up to? Or is it when you are in unfamiliar places or new environments? So you need to pinpoint what is causing your shyness, and first and foremost also realize that since everyone is shy, if you practice more in the areas where you think you are shy, you will improve your shyness.
You know, yes, that's something I also want to bring to mind now. While a lot of people might be shy, maybe procrastinate on some issues, it has to do maybe with their self-esteem.
Very true.
And self-esteem, of course, has to do, okay, now, like you mentioned, learning how to express yourself. That's one. Some people, it might be body positivity. You know, they might be having issues with how they look. They may be having issues with how they are perceived and all of that.
Absolutely.
So that means that when it comes to shyness, there's some things that you might need to do to overcome. You know, some people might tell that, okay, I have a tooth defect, and I might maybe want to use braces and all of that. So, you know, one word, and that's where you mentioned that almost everybody, maybe everybody is shy, because you have one or two things that, let's talk about the things that you can do. Maybe on yourself. Maybe it might be exercising. It might be, you know, maybe it might be dieting or something. What are the things that you can do in this particular case to be more self-confident or to be less self-aware?
So the truth of the matter is that what you tell yourself is more important than what people tell you. And what others tell you is not as important as how you interpret what they meant by what they said to you. So in that sense, when you hear the word self-esteem, it's about self. So you need to practice and work on your mentality in such a way that, first and foremost, irrespective of what other people have said or what you think makes you shy, you need to know that there is something you have that the other person doesn't have, or there's something you can do that the other person can't do. So in some regard, you should have some level of self-respect and self-worth for yourself. And begin, like I said, if you find out the areas or the things that are making you shy, practice more. Practice makes perfect. The more you practice, the better you be at it.
You get at it. Okay, now let's talk about the area of association when it comes to beating procrastination.
Yes.
How can we take advantage of association, or, you know, when it comes to that? Because there are some things that you might not be able to do alone. Your circle might need to help you and all of that. How does association help when it comes to beating procrastination? So
if you surround yourself with achievers, there's a tendency you want to, you know, achieve, seeing others do the same thing, it helps you. Secondly, there's a way technology also can help. For instance, there's this funny app. I don't know if I have the permission to mention the name. Okay, so there's this app called Stick. It's double K. What this app does is that you list out all the things you want to do. It's almost like you're putting your money where your mouth is. For every task you refuse to do, you lose money.
And what if I lie to the app?
No, how can you lie? There is a way in which it is said that with time frames and deadlines, that once you don't carry out a particular task, you lose money. You are even the one that determines who that money goes to actually.
Is it physical money?
Yes, you lose physical money.
Well, I'll put money inside the app first.
There's a way it's tied to your accounts.
I don't want. I don't want.
No, because, see, you have to help yourself.
Okay.
Especially, and it's called personal management. So, yes, if you can surround yourself with people, and sometimes you can surround yourself with apps. In fact, there are times also you should put, in fact, some people even, they despise the advantage of silent mode on your phone or concentration mode also. So, I'm trying to add technology to it. So
definitely.
Find a way to manage yourself. Use association, use technology, because whether you like it or not, you need to help yourself to help yourself.
Because I feel like, you know, there's that popular adage that no man is an island.
True.
And I think that based on your own, somebody might have to have tuned in to listen to you, to, you know, to get motivated and do what they need to do.
Yes.
So surrounding yourself, I think maybe it's about one of the most important things.
Very
yes,
true.
you might not have physical, like you're talking about virtual. You can surround yourself with apps, and then the kind of people you follow on social media, you know, they can get you motivated and all of that and put you into place. Now you have started, but then some people, I know there's a concept called, I don't know if it's the exact term, called selective procrastination. Because some people say that, look, you might not meet all your goals all the time, but you can selectively procrastinate on some things. What do you think about that?
Well, when they say selective procrastination, I think what they mean is if you even still use that 80 to 20% rule, the 20% that gives you the 80% results, those are the ones you tackle first, right? You can tackle them. Now, the selective procrastination is for the other ones that are not as important as the ones that give you the 80. So you can decide that, okay, this one, I will do this one later after I finish the major. Because if you minor your if you major your minors and minor your majors, I mean, your life is going to be a life of mediocrity.
It is. Thank you so much, Tobi Alli. It was, I mean, this 5 weeks, if we put it together, we can sell this course.
I'm telling you.
Let me and you, let's talk. We'll do something about that. But thank you so much. Thank you so much. It's been great having you, all right?
Same here.
Okay, that's it. Hope you'll be able to pick one or two things when it comes to the issue of procrastination and, of course, being shy. We all are shy, but hey, come on. Find a way to overcome it. That's what we learned today on the show. We'll take this time out now. There's more to come. Stay with us.